Good morning, children. Today we are going to discuss about Bahmani Adil Shah's continuation part. So, children, before going to start the class, as usually, I am going to ask the few questions. Those are it is: who was the founder of Bahmani Adil Shah's kingdom? Answer is Alauddin Hassan Bahman Shah was the founder of this dynasty. Okay, then later on, this dynasty was divided into five provincial dynasties. About that also already we were discussed. That first beginning of the dynasty of Adil Shahs of Bijapur. Now we are going to discuss about Barid Shahs of Bidar. Their period is their 1489 to 1619 CE Common Era. When Bahmani state was scattered into many provinces, Bidar Shahs ruled Deccans, Bidar and other regions around it. See, when Bahmani state it was scattered, it was divided into provinces or provincial dynasties. This Bidar was ruled by these Barishahs for a long period in Deccan side of our India. Qasim Barid was the founder of this dynasty. This Barid dynasty's founder was Qasim, and he was a founder also. After him, Ibrahim and his brother Qasim, who ruled Bidar, were incompetent kings. See, children, here, Barid Shah's rulers were they are not competent, they are incompetent, they are not able to rule entire kingdom. This after the Qasim, his brother was there, Ibrahim, and Qasim again going to be ruled. Ibrahim and his brother Qasim, who ruled Bidar, were incompetent kings. And because of their inner conflicts, this dynasty declined. Then Ibrahim Adil Shah of Vijaypur captured Bidar. Like this, Bari Shah kingdom was merged into Ibrahim's Vijaypur state. See, children, between two third person will get benefit. The same thing it is here happen. This Qasim and Ibrahim they are having conflict between them regarding to rule the entire Bidar. So here this opportunity it was taken or it was utilized by Vijaypur Ibrahim Adil Shah. He was captured this Bidar and he was started to rule from Bijapur only, but Bidar it is underwent to the Bijapur Adil Shahs. Then next we are going to discuss about Qutub Shahs of Golconda 1512 to 1687 CE. Kwali Qutub Shah, he was the founder of independent Golconda state. He ruled the state with good administration and in 14th century onwards the rule it was there. Bahmani's period is going to be start 14th century. 1347 onwards the rule is going to be start. Here, Qali Qutub Shah was a founder, an independent ruler from this Golconda state. He ruled state with a good administration and in 1543 he was killed by his own son. See children here in history we are going to see that a king is going to be get killed or he is going to be imprisoned by his successors. It may be his brother or it may be his son or so in many cases, many examples we are getting in history. The same thing here also it has happened. His own son only. For this Qali Qutub Shah, he was killed and he was started to be ruled from that Golconda. Then Ibrahim, he had compassion for Hindu religion and there were many Hindu officers in his administration during his capital from Golconda to Hyderabad in 1589 CE. See, children here, this Ibrahim was a tolerant of other religion also. because he was given many posts to Hindus in his kingdom. Officers were there, Hindus were there in Ibrahim Adil, this Ibrahim Qutub Shah's kingdom in Golconda. Then he was done changes, small changes there. Here he was changed the capital from Golconda to Hyderabad in the year 1589. After him, Abdul Qutub Shah. See, after this, Ibrahim, Abdul Qutub Shah, Abdul Hassan, others came to power. See, Abdul Qutub Shah, Abdul Hassan, and others came to power to rule this Qutub Shah of Golconda. But they were incompetent kings, and later Golconda surrendered to the Mughals. They were not capable, that's what later it is entire Golconda it is underwent to the Mughal rule. Then children, next we are going to discuss about Nizam Shahs of Ahmednagar. Nizam Shah of Ahmednagar. Their period is 1492 1636 Common Era. In 1490 Common Era, Malik Ahmed, who was a chief of Junar province, founded his own state of Ahmednagar and established Nizam Shah dynasty. See children here, Nizam Shah's founder was there in the year 1490. He started to be ruled. A person name is there, Malik Ahmed. He was a chief of Junar. Junar it is a place name. He was a chief when Bahmani kingdom was there before going to divide the provincial dynasties. At that time, he was chief of these Junar provinces. Then from there, he was started to found his own state, Ahmednagar, and established Nizam Shah dynasty. He took Daulatabad under his control and expanded empire. After him, see, he was expanded. He was widened his kingdom. He was defeated this. He was controlled this Daulatabad and expanded empire. And after him, Burhan, Hussein, Nizam Shah, Murtaj were sultans just for namesake. See, these sultans were there. Burhan, Hussein Nizam, Hussein Nizam Shah, Murtaj were namesake kings. With death of Chand Bibi, Ahmednagar declined. This Ahmednagar was declined with the death of Chand Bibi. Ahmednagar declined, and later in 1637, during the period of Shah Jahan, Mughal king Ahmednagar was merged into Mughal state. See children, later after the death of Chand Bibi in the year 1637, Mughal ruler was there, Shah Jahan. He was undertaken this Ahmednagar in his control in his Mughal empire. Then children, next one is there about that we are going to discuss. This is the last among the 5 provincial dynasties. That is Ahmad Shahs of Berar, 1490 to 1580. After the fall of Bahmani kingdom, 5 sultan states came to exist. Ahmad Shah dynasty of Berar is one among them. See, among that 5 dynasties, Ahmad Shah's among the 5 provincial dynasties, this is one of that. That is Ahmad Shah dynasty of Berar. Then it was situated between Penganga and Wainganga river at Wardha. See children, it is located or it is situated between Penganga and Wainganga Wardha at rivers at Wardha. Tapti to north of Bidar. See, Tapti is north to the Bidar. Tapti also it is river, it is north to the Bidar. In 1490, Fatehullah founded this dynasty. See children, 1490, Fatehullah was a founder, he was founded this dynasty. And we can call him as a founder of this Ahmad Shahs. Elaichpur was their capital. See, Ahmad Shahs of Berar, their capital is Elaichpur. Fatehullah had a title called Ahmad ul Mulk. See children, here Ahmad Shah's title is there, that is Ahmad ul Mulk. After his death 1504, his son Alauddin Ahmad Shah came to power. See, after the death of this Ahmad Shah, his son Alauddin Ahmad Shah came to power. Then Ahmad Shah was no more in the year 1504, 1504. Then children, next his son, he was ascended the throne, Alauddin Ahmad Shah. Then he was an incompetent king. After him, his son Darya Ahmad Shah came to power, and even during his rule also, Berar dynasty continued its battle with neighboring states. See children, after that Alauddin Ahmad Shah and Alauddin Ahmad Shah was incompetent ruler, and later on what all the rulers they came to rule, they were not capable to rule entire this Ahmad Shah of this Alajpur capital and entire kingdom. After the death of Darya Ahmad Shah, his little son Burhan Ahmad Shah took over the power. During his rule, power came to the hands of Ashraf called Tufail Khan. Later, Berar dynasty fell to the hands of Vijayapura Sultans. See children here, after the death of Darya Ahmad Shah, Darya Ahmad Shah was a son of Alauddin Ahmad Shah. See, during his Darya Ahmad Shah's period, the conflict it was started between the neighboring states. Then apart from that, this and Darya Ahmad Shah, his little son was there, Burhan Ahmad Shah, took over the power. Then Burhan Ahmad Shah was taken power to rule. During his rule, power came to the hands of Ashrafers called Tufail Khan. See, during his period, entire the power of this Burhan Ahmad Shah was Ashraf. Ashraf means they were taken powers from the king. Tufail Khan was taken the powers from the king. This king was there, Burhan Ahmad Shah. Tufail Khan later. Berar dynasty fell to the hands of Vijayapura Sultans. Then Berar dynasty went under to the Vijayapura Sultan rulers. See children, it is about today's class reference video. So please subscribe the channel and send maximum WhatsApp groups. It will help for other children also, those they are lacking this knowledge for them. Okay, thank you and have a good day.